To the Christian black families in Nigeria, help is on the way. Help is coming. Our president today, Donald J. Trump, has said and left a very clear message to Islamic Jihad radical groups like Boko Haram that if the senseless taking of mommies and children and babies of the Christian belief, locking up churches, burning them alive, compromising women in front of their husbands before you take their lives, trafficking their children, that if it does not come to an end immediately, the United States of America is coming in. It will be swift. It will be quick. And every single one of you that has been forming these atrocities, you will be forfeiting your lives. And at the same time, we will look up to heaven and we will thank our Lord and our Savior for caring over and looking over the 60,000 peaceful Muslims that forfeited their lives to stand up to people, disgusting animals like Boko Haram, when they voiced their opinion and said this is wrong. We can just not take the lives of 125,000 Christians just because they believe in a different God. And the Islamic Jihad terrorists looked at the 60,000 peaceful Muslims, will say, well then, if you don't agree with what we're doing, I guess we're gonna have to take your lives as well. And that's what they did. They persecuted 60,000 peaceful Muslims for getting in the way of the name of humanity. Nicki Minaj just came out today praising the president for getting involved. Said, thank you, Mr. President, for all that you do. But you continue to call the man a racist. And you continue to call the man a Nazi. And at this point, we don't care what you say about our president. This is the best thing that has ever happened to the country, if not the whole entire world. As I believe that this man is appointed by God and the only hope that we've got left to bring peace for all of us.
So after declaring Nigeria a country of concern, President Trump is taking it a step further. He's ordering the Pentagon to prepare for war in Nigeria, preparing for intervention in Nigeria. Why? Because the US government said that there's a genocide against Christians in Nigeria. Don't get me wrong, Christians are being persecuted in Nigeria, so are Muslims. And if you look at what is happening in the northern part of Nigeria, it looks very much like a persecution of Christians, because the Christians are largely a minority in the north. But if you come to the north central part of Nigeria, like Plateau State, Kaduna State, there's some level of religious violence going on in those states. But on the whole, I don't see Nigerian Muslims running around with the Quran and the sword trying to kill Christians. Likewise, I don't see Nigerian Christians running around with the Bible and the sword trying to kill Muslims. So this idea of painting Nigeria like, the Muslims are all out to kill the Christians and there's an attempt to wipe out all the Christians in Nigeria, we have to be very careful with the kind of narrative that we are pushing. Particularly Nigerians. And I see a lot of them celebrating because President Trump says that the Pentagon should get ready for some sort of intervention in Nigeria if the government does not get its acts together. Be careful what you wish for. Look at Afghanistan, Libya, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon. The US is also angling to go to war in Venezuela and Colombia. All of this is for resources. Most of you don't even know that in the northeastern part of Nigeria, where some of these activities is going on, there's mining going on there, digging of gold, lithium, and other rare earth minerals. There are over 20 different rare earth minerals present in the Lake Chad area in northeastern part of Nigeria, the same thing in the northwest. And in Plateau State, blessed with abundance of resources, particularly rare earth. And the reason for some of this violence we are seeing is because of the struggle for resources over land. And don't get me wrong, there's some level of religious violence going on as well. So be careful what you wish for.
Trump has released the second warning to the Nigerian government. This time around, He said, in fact, he told Tinubu that he is giving him a very short time, that if he doesn't act fast, that the US is bringing in the military down to Nigeria, and when they attack, it is going to be fast, sweet, and clear. Now, listen to the statement Trump made this night. He said, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aids and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country. That is, and may very well go into that now disgraced country. Jesus. Guns are blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I am hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thug attack our cherry Christians. Warnings: the Nigerian government better move fast. Let me read it again. If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aids and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country. Guns are blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I am hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attacked our cherished Christians. Warning: Nigerian government better move fast. Let me make this thing clear. Donald Trump, whenever he makes a statement, see, the guy does not carry out any, he doesn't make any empty threats. Let me make it clear. Donald Trump's words and actions go line by line, and sometimes his action go ahead of his words. So you can see him acting before talking. Sometimes that's who he is. He has proven it before. When one of Americans was kidnapped in Nigeria, when he came to rescue the person, nobody knew until the military that rescued them returned to America. Recently, he went into Iran to bomb Fordo and other nuclear sites, and nobody knew until they did it. The following day, they made announcements. So if Trump is making this kind of threats, just know that Trump is very close. Now, let's look at what this means to Nigeria. He said the Department of War should get ready for possible action. Department of War. With who? Okay. Now, they are not coming to fight war against Nigeria. They are coming to fight war against the terrorists, Islamic terrorists that are in Nigeria, like the Fulanis who are slaughtering people in the north, or the Boko Harams in the northwest, or the northeast, I don't know, in the north there. Now, if Trump is saying they are coming in to wipe out, what it means is similar to what they did in Afghanistan. Go and read what happened in Afghanistan. When they got there, they spent about 20-something years before leaving. So if Trump decides to come into Nigeria to fight our terrorists, remember, terrorists is like a network. So it is not something you can end in a day. In fact, you can't end it. So if they come in, they might have reasons to stay longer and longer and continue to prolong their stay. Before you know it, they will have a settlement, they will have a military base, they will have, a military. And remember, the most shocking part of the whole thing is that when they come, they will not be sharing security information with us. They will not be sharing coordinates or whatever. And they won't be sharing any information with Nigeria, because now they are not coming based on our own collaboration. They are coming on their own solution. They are coming to act based on their own determination and decision. And so they will not share any military information with Nigeria. No intelligence will be shared with Nigeria. So even if they come and they are doing something else alongside what they are doing and whatever, You no go know, I no go know. And they no born you where may you tell US government where they won't go. If they decide to say to walk in Aso Rock, no, you can't stop them. I'm sorry, but you can't. If they decide to walk anywhere of their choice, you cannot stop them. You want to go and call Russia to come and help you, or China to come and help you? Sorry, my brother. Those ones too, they are still struggling to survive. It is only America that has time for problem. China is busy with business. Russia is busy with Ukraine. So we are on our own. You understand?
Guys, the US lawmaker Really Moore has warned Nigerian government. According to him, he said, do not test President Donald Trump's resolve. Now, this man posted on his page, he said, President Trump has provided forewarning if you do not correct the current state of inaction to stop the killing of our brothers and sisters in Christ in your country. The days of the US looking the other way are over. It will never happen at Pontius watch. I urge you to cooperate with us in preventing this atrocity that worsens every day. We want your people to live in peace, all of them, especially Christians. The president has been clear. I will not test his resolve. Many have tried and all have failed. We will not allow the gates of hell to prevail against the faithful. Hey, honestly, President Donald Trump is so serious about this matter. He's so serious. Hey, I think it's high time President Bola Ahmed Tinubu addressed the nation. Like, this man needs to address the nation immediately. What?
The United States President Trump has now chosen Nigeria as a primary concern for him. Say this country is a primary concern for him because of the Christian killings everywhere and here that is happening in the country called Nigeria. And I see some APC members, APC people that are close to Tinubu defending him, telling him that he's a liar, they are not killing Christians in Nigeria. Of which, during the time of Jonathan, this same current president that is sitting down there that call himself Tinubu, he made a tweet saying the same thing, that they are killing a lot of Christians in Nigeria. So now, because he's the president now, you are denying it. Oh, is it because Sheyi Tinubu don't share Bible? During 40-year birthday, they don't share Bible now. Now, if you say we don't forget. Anyway, it is not only Christians that are getting killed in Nigeria. Both Muslim, both Babalawo, everybody is getting killed in this country called Nigeria. There's mass killing going on. Terrorism has taken over. Our own so-called armed forces, they are very concerned, particularly about people like us that are raising alarm about the concern of Nigeria than going after the bandits. Now that the US have raised that big concern, now you people are not trying to do damage control. Fix the country so that people like the USA will not be particular about our country than we that owns the country. Fix the country. There's terrorism everywhere. You cannot hide it again. It's over. Everybody is watching it. You can keep lying to yourself. Gone are those days that we will be waiting for NTA, LTV, STV to see what is going on in the country. There is social media now. The world is watching. Fix the country.
Oh, the genocide in Nigeria is not targeted at the Christians alone. The Muslims are also victims of the genocide or ZWO. Who and who can they carry out the genocide? Na Christian militias. I been a Babalawo militias. Who and who can they carry out the genocide in this country? I don't know the Muslims. If they like, may they follow Muslim people, I don't care. As far as no be Christian militias, they carry out the genocide. As far as no be Babalawo militia, they carry out the genocide. Bro, there is a genocide in this country and they are targeting Christian. That is it. If you not like, when I take it. If you not like, when I go hog transformer. Or so.
Now, I have two questions. The first question is, who made America, USA, the United States of aggression? Who made them the world police? And who made Donald Trump the Director General of the world police? Because I don't understand how you can just wake up one morning and decide to designate a country like Nigeria as a country of particular concern. You the craze? I don't understand. And they didn't just do this for the first time. They also did it in 2020. Yeah. They said the government is incapable of fighting insecurity in the country and there is Christian genocide, even while everybody has denied it that there is no such thing as Christian genocide in Nigeria. Imagine if they were truly unaliving 500,000 Christians in Nigeria. Which Christian would remain for Nigeria today? Even there won't be one single Christian in Nigeria today. Now you're now saying Nigeria is a country of particular concern. He cannot do anything. The only thing he can do is stop selling arms to Nigeria, and they've already even reduced all the aid that they've been sending to Nigeria through this their USAID. Because Rick Perry told us that America is funding Boko Haram through USAID, and they are funding Al-Shabaab and other terrorist groups around the world. Now they are coming to come and tell us how to live our life, tell us how to fight insecurity in our country, when they can't even control the gun issues they have in America. Every morning somebody is unaliving somebody. Somebody can just carry AR and start, unaliving people en masse. They cannot take care of their country, but they want to tell us how to live. Nigeria is a sovereign country. Nigeria is the China of Africa. Nigeria is the America of Africa. Nigeria is the Russia of Africa, and there is nothing Donald Trump can do about it, whether he likes it or not. And the problem is, once America has interest in your country, you should know your country government is doing something right. I posted a video of this man saying they should give America a shot to our natural resources so they can help us fight insecurity. This is their end goal. They tried it with the coup, it didn't work. Now they are going back to this insecurity. And here is a headline praising the Nigerian government for fighting insecurity in the country. And I am very, very disappointed in the Muslim community of Nigeria and very disappointed in the government with the way they have handled this particular matter, because I have been talking about this false narrative, this propaganda being pushed about the fake Christian genocide in Nigeria, and the government is doing nothing about it. And the Muslim community in Nigeria, I am sorry to say, all of you are idiots. All of you are idiots. You people have been very silent about this. Nothing is happening. And I am very surprised seeing some Christians coming online to come and dance about this. They are very happy about this. They are literally worshipping Trump. And they think this is something that this will not affect Nigeria in any way. They will stop selling arms to us. We can buy from China, we can buy from Russia, we can buy from Iran. So we can buy from anybody we want to buy from. America is not the only country in the world. And we don't even need their expensive junks, because they are only good in Hollywood. Russia has better weapons than America in every aspect. Russia has better weapons, so we don't need them. They need us, we don't need them. And they've been eyeing the natural resources of the country. When Tinubu came in, he shut down so many illegal mines in the country, being controlled by some governors in the north, and we know where they ship all these things to. Now they don't collect food for their mouth. It's coming out to come and tell us how to live our life, how to fight insecurity in our country. When they are the ones, when they are part of the problem, they will create a problem and they will come with the solution, then they will have access to your natural resources. That will never happen in Nigeria. No. This is not in the early 50s or early 60s or 70s where you feel you can just come out and say anything you like and do. No, Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Nigeria is a strong country. They just want to divide the country using religion, and they have started it now. And I am very disappointed also in the Christian community, because almost all of them are coming out to come and celebrate this. Donald Trump has exited Nigeria as a country of particular concern, blah blah. They are happy, they are dancing, they are doing party over this thing. It will affect all of us. And the Muslim community has been very silent, because it's very rare to go to the southern part of Nigeria and not see any Christian family with a Muslim or any Muslim family with Christian. It's not like, it is almost impossible. In the southwest especially, 99% of every southwestern family, Christian has Muslim, the Muslim, they are like, the intermarriage is gone between Christians and Muslims in Nigeria. Even some up north, they get married to Christians. I think you don't get Christian wife, you get Christian wife now. So they are now trying to tell us that they want to save the Christians from the Muslim. Our president is a Muslim, his wife is a pastor. Are you trying to save the president's wife from the president? And you come online to come and make noise about the religious crisis, but the biggest business in Nigeria remains church. Church business is one of the biggest in Nigeria, and they are thriving till today. We have the richest pastors in the world in Nigeria, where they have 2 jet, 3 jet, helicopters, huge schools, and you are telling me there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria? What are we talking about here? And we don't preach these things. The government is not doing anything about it. Even the Muslim community is not coming out to come and say they are also targeting also. So far you are not Boko Haram, or you are not a bandit, you are not ISWAP, you are a legitimate target, you are a fair target to them. They target only people that are not part of them. But once you are part of them, you are free. But once you are not part of them, you are a fair target. Those people unalive everybody, Christians, Muslim, anybody. So far you are not one of them, you are a fair target to them. So I don't understand this Christian genocide propaganda that they've been pushing since. And we know the people pushing it. I am expecting Obi to go online to go and talk about it, because this is what he likes. He likes chaos. He likes to talk about the bad side of the government. And Tinubu is not a push around, he's not a pushover. So if this guy thinks he can push this guy around, he is joking. Because he's going to resist him, and we are also going to resist him aggressively. Yes.
There's genocide against the poor in this country. There's genocide against Muslims in this country. There's genocide against Christians in this country. there's genocide against children in this country. To now separate it and say maybe it's one religion or the other. Interestingly, Nigeria doesn't count or do DNA of people who are killed to determine whether they are carrying a Bible or a Quran. So, the number of people that were abducted on our road yesterday, did anybody find out whether they are Christians or Muslims? Whereas the US can nitpick symbolically to say, because they have policies, definitely. They say, oh, you know, there are genocides against Christians in Nigeria. Why is the US not taking the same position in Gaza? That there's genocide against Muslims by Israel. So there's international hypocrisy about that. In a country where they are killing 6,000 people a day, you did not designate the killer as a genocidal government. But you are here. Please, let's be careful. I am not in any way defending what is happening in Nigeria. But I'm just saying that the problem with Nigeria has nothing to do with religion. It's complete irresponsible leadership and insecurity that kills everybody.
Yes.
What about when the terrorists go and kill people in the mosque? When you talk about insecurity in this country today, it happens more in the north, in the Muslim part of the north.
Donald Trump has declared Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC. Many of you does not know what these things mean, but I tell you, it calls for more greater concern. Before I tell you the meaning of what CPC means, if it has been declared on your country, let me read out what this man said. Now, Donald Trump said, Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being, radical Islamists are responsible for this mass, I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern, but that is the least of it. Did you hear that? Declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern is the least of what he's about to do as regards to this matter. Let's continue. When Christians or any such group is being, I cannot mention it, like it's happening in Nigeria, something must be done. I am asking Congressman Really Moore, together with Chairman Tom Colley and the House Appropriation Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by why such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing and able to save our great Christian population around the world. Did you hear that? Now, let me quickly tell you what it means when your country is declared as a country of a particular concern, CPC. When the United States declares your country as a country of particular concern, it officially identifies that country's government as one of the world's worst violators of religious freedom. This is not a casual criticism, but a formal legal designation under the International Religious Freedom Act. Now, what are the possible consequences on Nigeria? This designation and declaration of Nigeria as a country of particular concern can attract sanctions, economic sanctions, restriction of U.S. foreign assistance, denying visas to the individuals responsible for this kind of violation in terms of religious freedom, opposing loans to that country through international financial institution. Example of countries that have been declared a country of particular concern, one of it is Iran by the United States. You know what is happening between Iran and Israel with the United States now. The second country is Pakistan. It has gotten to the extent that another country, United States precisely, is wading into this matter of religious crisis going on in Nigeria, which has not been able to be controlled within. Guys, what do you think?
Welcome back to Gistline. So, Donald Trump just declared Nigeria as a country of particular concern over the continuous genocide and persecution of Christians, especially in the northern Nigeria. So, these statements came after Pastor Ezekiel Dashimo cried out for help, exposing how Fulani jihadists have been unleashing terror on innocent Christians, burning villages, killing families, and forcing people to flee their homes. Now, this is embarrassing, to be honest. It's so embarrassing that it has gotten to this point where outsiders are the ones calling attention to our own problem. Now, for years, Nigerians have been shouting about this issue, but the government keeps acting like nothing is happening. Churches have been burned, pastors have been kidnapped, and even entire Christian communities, they've been wiped out. Yet the authorities, they still call it farmers headers clashes, and that's not a clash for me. It's about terrorism. So when Trump spoke out, it was more than just politics. This is a wake-up call, and what he said is what many international observers have been saying quietly, that there's an ongoing religious persecution in Nigeria that the government has refused to address properly. And the sad part is the victims are mostly poor villagers who have no one to defend them. These people are crying out to God and to the world for help, while those in power, they just continue pretending like all is well. This Pastor Ezekiel Dashimo's emotional plea, that was what broke the internet. And he shared stories of Christians that were being attacked in their sleep. Also children that were losing their parents, and entire churches being burnt to ashes. And he said that it's no longer safe to gather and worship freely in some parts of the country. Instead of getting protection or justice, all they get are empty promises from politicians. The Nigerian government needs to stop this careless silence. It's not enough to release statements condemning attacks. We need action. The killers, they need to be arrested, tried and punished. Communities need to be protected. Soldiers need to be deployed to those danger zones, not just during elections or when there is a protest. They will now set themselves there to fire tear gas at protesters, but they need to defend innocent lives, because right now it's looking like the government values political alliances more than human lives. And for Trump to even step in, whether you like him or not, that's not the case here. This shows how bad things have become. Imagine another country calling out Nigeria for failing to protect its citizens. That's a serious shame. And it means the world now sees us as a place where genocide can happen and nobody in authority cares. So at this point, Nigerians need to demand accountability. Christians, they shouldn't live in fear in their own country. Every citizen, no matter their religion, they deserve to live freely and safely. The bloodshed must stop, and the Nigerian government must finally prove that it can protect its people, not wait for foreign leaders to do the talking for us. Because if this continues, it's not just Christians who are in danger. That's just the truth. So what do you think about this? Do you think Trump was not supposed to say what he said? Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. And if today is your first time joining my channel, please kindly like, share, and subscribe.
All you religious fanatics, all you that the GOs of doom, all you Christian Association of Nigeria, you will not see this one. You people will not speak about it because your Oga at the top spoke against it. So how dare you open your mouth to talk? You will not see this one. All you prophets of doom, all you criminals sitting in the place of worship, extorting money from poor innocent Nigerians, using it to enrich yourself, using this same control mechanism called religion, called Christianity, called religion to control people's mindsets. You won't speak about this one. How many weeks now this thing has been happening in the north? Christians in the north have been talking about persecution of Christians in the north. You people will not talk. They're not born on a papa where to open their mouth to talk because the president said nothing is happening. So how dare you speak? You won't talk. The country is in shambles. The country is in disarray. None of you will open your mouth to talk because they're not born on a papa well. They don't carry brown envelope, choke una. They don't carry money full on a hand. You people will never speak about the injustice happening in Nigeria. Why? Why all of a sudden you people are checking out? All of a sudden you lost your mouth, you lost your teeth, you lost your tongue. You cannot speak anymore. We can no longer hear your voices anymore. Why? How comes? Are you telling us that you people don't know what is happening in the north with Christians in the north? You don't know. You've not been watching the news. Americans is speaking against it. People in America are talking about it. Christians all over the world are talking about it. And you want to tell me, you private owners, criminals hiding under religion to embezzle fund and to maim poor innocent Nigerians. You drive the best of cars, you drive the best of private jets. I don't know why they use this religion to control Africa. I don't know why. Even the people that brought this religion to you, they don't even practice it the way you people practice it. They don't. Look at how well they're doing. Look at their economy. Somebody in Africa, especially in Nigeria, you go to church Monday to Monday. People lock their shop to go to church, while Chinese are busy producing the best of things. Mona, no worry. I would have loved to say the judgment today. I'm not even sure if that is going to happen.
So Donald Trump say what did they happen for Nigeria? What is going on in Nigeria now is call for concern concerning alleged Christian, killing and all that in the northern part of Nigeria, especially. And the Nigerian government has now replied saying that there's nothing like that. That the government is taking charge. The government is ready to fight terrorism, ready to do this, ready to do that, and all. Remember the case of that pastor that came out in Jos recently that recorded a video and said his life is under threat because people are threatening him, that why will he release such video? What was the reply of the federal government of Nigeria to the call by that man, to his tears, that his people are being killed in that place in Jos? What was the reply? Nothing. I didn't hear anything from the government talking about it, right? Kaduna, the same thing. Yesterday, a pastor was and his members taken away in Kaduna. A lot of things are happening that the government is supposed to have replied, but they don't. But when foreign governments talks about this thing, then they will now reply and say, this way they talk, not be true, not lie, they happen, they do this. At the end of the day, the reason the foreign interest is coming is because of the government incompetence and their ineptitude and their lack of response to things. Imagine if the government replies all these things that is happening. I don't know who is handling this government, but they can do better. They can do better. Honestly. So instead of you to take action and fix your system, you are replying what Donald Trump talk. That is not the best way. A lot of things are happening in Nigeria. That's the truth. May God help Nigeria.